You know, funny thing about 2026. Uh-oh. It just never seems to end. Hey guys, it's Nether. Welcome back to yet another video. Today, we're taking a look at more 2026 diecasts. Now, these are going to be a little bit different because these are all highlights, or in my opinion, the highlights from case B of this year. If you're well acquainted with, what comes in every case, you will notice that there are some case B highlights that I did not, or highlights are just new releases for the new China variants that I did not grab. Now, these include Fabulous McQueen, Hall Ingus, Todd Marcus, the Low Torquey Pistons Racer as well, the Cars 1-1, a couple of other ones. Those are cars that I already have in the collection that I really didn't feel like I needed more than one of in the collection. As you guys know, my collection is small and I don't really have room to just keep collecting variants and variants and variants of a bunch of different racers. It's just, one, not cost effective, and two, doesn't make any sense for the collection that I'm trying to build. So when it came to, finding this case and getting the cars that I wanted to get cars that I know had a place in my collection. I think the one that's new is Brad, and also Checkered Flag guy down here. So clarification, this isn't like every single new China release for 2026, just my personal highlights from case B of 2026. With that yap session out of the way, here's 2026 case B highlights. We have a ton to take a look at here, and obviously we're going to do some quick comparisons with other vehicles in the back. We've got Brad Windmiller, Richie Gunzit, Heyday Smokey, Francesco Bernoulli, Dexter Hoover with Checkered Flag, Marlin, Clutches McKay, and Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen, all here and ready to unbox. We're not going to do anything super duper detailed. That's why this is all in one video, because I'm going to open all of these up, get them all out there. Let's start with, a pretty easy one. This is Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen and Chase Disney Pixar from Cars 1. You can see a bunch of other, pickups from the case that I was talking about previously, as well as just case A. Cars 1 carriers, which is very cool to take a look at. So let's get Lightning McQueen out here first. Just your regular old stock standard McQueen, but he looks really great. There he is. I've always loved this paint scheme for McQueen. It's always been one of my favorites. Those decals are pretty fuzzy though. 95, Lightning McQueen. Rusty's logo is looking very sharp. This is my Thailand release that we're going to quickly compare it to. A bit dusty. What I'm noticing immediately is that the red is more of a kind of cherry metallic than a silver-ish metallic color, which is interesting. Yeah, the red is a very different red. The bottom is, old Thailand, top is new China. Very interesting. Let me know which color of McQueen you guys prefer. I really don't know. I think this one's more accurate to the movie, so I'm probably going to say the Thailand variant. But I do like China's take, and the expressions are ever so slightly different there. Like the eyebrows are slightly, like just barely different. I don't really know how to feel about this new one. I kind of like the old one more. The red is much more metallic-y and just looks better. So I'm gonna have to say Thailand wins this one when it comes to comparison sakes. I mean, still a cool pickup. It's like a solid 6 or 7. Oh my god. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Dexter Hoover with Checkered Flag. Another Cars 1 re-release here. He's looking really snazzy. There goes the back. I can see the other carriers that I did not pick up because I'm pretty sure Todd Marcus is just a downgrade, and I don't need 2 hauling asses in this collection, so I went ahead and just skipped him. I don't really need every regional variant of every single character. I'm gonna be totally honest, guys. There we go. Let's just take a look at Dexter Hoover. Oh, and his Checkered Flag just went flying. Here's a Dexter Hoover, and here is his Checkered Flag that I'm pretty sure slots right in there. And there we go. There is Dexter Hoover Piston Cup Racing Series official. There's the back, A113. That's a nice little Easter egg. The yellow looks a little off, but the decals look pretty good. Let's compare him to the other one that I have. Expressions are immediately different, are very different actually. You can see there's a whole different mold going on for him there. The decals are basically the same, it looks like, except for the yellow on the side. You can see it looks more yellow on the older one than on the new one. It looks kind of green. That might be my eyes playing tricks me, but it just looks more green to me. The license plates look very different there. Alright, not too shabby. I do enjoy the new one. I like how it's a checkered flag. Can you swap these? Oh, yep. Yeah, you totally can. That's neat. I like that. I like the old one more. This new expression is just weird. He looks scared. He looks nervous. I don't love it. I think the new one, the old one, is much better. This one's very passable. I just wanted the other flag. So cool. I guess let me restore them to their original flag colors, I suppose. And let's take a look at Marlin clutches McKay, another Cars 1 release. Are you serious? Another Cars 1 release. You can see the other pickup that I did not get from Case B, the little Turkey Pistons Racer. Again, I just don't need more than one of those guys. Or really two. I don't know. I just pick up the ones that I like, personally. But here's Marlin from China. He's got some weight to him, for sure. There he is. Security. Piston Cup security. I've always wanted two Marlins, so this is, like, perfect for me. And this is I don't know what variant this is. This is a Thailand variant. Okay, Thailand Marlin versus China Marlin. Here is your big comparison. His eye color looks to have changed, so he's got some contacts going on, I guess. Wheels look a bit different, but not super different at the same time. The decal looks a little more washed out on the new China variant, so... But the black looks blacker than on the older one, which I think I like more. Very cool. Yeah, no, I think the new one actually wins. The decals are a little fuzzier, but the black just looks more security vehicle-like, while the older one is kind of this weird, like, very dark gray color. Not to sound like Batman from the Lego movie, but just a darker, like a very, very dark gray, instead of this black security car color, which I think the newer one does a lot better. Yeah, that'll do it for Marlin. And now to wrap up the Cars 1 releases, we have a new release for me, Brad Windmiller. He is very, very quiet. I actually don't own this guy, so this is going to be my first ever in-hand appraisal look at him here, I guess you could say. Here is Brad for 2026. He looks great. I mean, the little things or the little decorations are a bit lacking in detail, but I don't know if that's just how he's supposed to look normally. Typical Piston Cup fan, 84D17, I think the license plate says. He had this little black spot. It's weird because at first I saw it and I thought it was an error, but it's not. This is very malleable. Here he is, Mr. Brad Windmiller. I love Piston Cup fans. If I could have a whole shelf just for them, which I basically already do, I absolutely would. These guys are amazing to collect. They're just so, I don't know, they're very eye candy. It's like, here's your average person who's a fan of racing, and here we have him. I like him. He's a great release. That's very cool. Nothing super sensational for 2026, but probably one of my favorites from the case just because, you know, he's different and he's cool. All right, let's go in order of movies. So the only Cars 2 rep from this case, I believe, is Mr. Francesco Bernoulli. It's been a minute since we've seen Bernoulli on the pegs, so I'm really happy to see him here back on the pegs for 2026. Such a popular character. It's so weird that he went so long without any kind of re-release. Like, I had to find him not secondhand, but through an Amazon 5-pack, and finding him on like eBay and like a single is like 20-25 bucks, which is crazy. So honestly, a really nice one to bring back into the main line, as you know, back onto the pegs kind of deal. I'm very happy with that. And back here we have, I think this is a Thailand, yeah, a Thailand Bernoulli. Immediately, those eyes are very different. And I don't know if I like those new ones, if I'm going to be told. Oh my god, I keep whacking this. I want to say the green looks better and less like patchy, if you kind of look at it real close. But the signature work I think is better on the old one than on the new one. There's the bottom, China versus Thailand. The expression. Hey, China painted his mouth and Thailand didn't. Rare win for China. I don't know, this one's weird because I don't know how I feel about the eye thing. That's so peculiar. I don't know if I like that rim around his eye, truthfully. It's kind of off-putting. I kind of like the old one more. I don't know. You guys let me know. Which Francesco do you prefer? I'm kind of 50-50 on him. I don't know. It depends on the day. Let's keep it going into Cars 3 with Richie Gunzit. You guys know how I feel about the next gens. I absolutely love these guys, as seen in Cars 3. Fabulous McQueen and Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet I did not get from this case because, as far as I know, they aren't anything super revolutionary, and I don't need more of those in my collection as it is. So I'm just gonna pass on those for right now. Maybe I'll change my mind. But for now, Richie Gunzit, welcome back to the collection because I did have Richie before. And here he is. Richie Gunzit, Gasperin. That's embossed, actually. That's nice. Number 70. He's looking great. Wow, those decals are clear. All right, China, you might be doing your little thing with this one. Look at how clear those decals look. That is nice. All right, here is I believe this is a Thailand variant. No, this is a Vietnam variant. Okay, so we've got, oh, wow, they're very different right off the bat. Look at that. The logo's in a totally different spot. The eyes look totally different. Wow, 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 wow. These are almost like two different characters. That feels like crap. This feels a lot better. Yeah, no, China wins. I don't have a Thailand Richie. So, oh wow, those decals. Oh my god. Okay. Vietnam, you might be mogging. You might be mogging a little bit here. Crazy. Alright. Interesting. I probably could have made Richie his own video. But either way, I mean, interesting. Okay, let me know which one you guys like better. I'm kind of on the fence. I kind of like this new China variant, but the Vietnam variant ain't half bad. I don't have a Thailand or China Richie, if a China Richie even exists. But, that's very interesting. There's a little comparison. I'd say China did him pretty well. He's definitely worth your time and money if you don't have Richie already, but I think if you have an older one, you're fine to pass on this one. I just love having two of each next gen. I don't know. Just how I want to grow my collection. Also, this feels like crap and this feels good. So, that's my evaluation. All right, and finally, we've got the incorrectly named Heyday Smokey. This is actually Hot Rod Smokey. Heyday Smokey is a totally different look for Smokey. So, you know, W quality control will tell you guys a bunch of jokes. As seen in Cars 3, you have some other Cars 3 vehicles back there as well. Yeah, Cruises out here. I already did a review on Cruise totally separately because I wanted to compare it to all of the previous Cruises to see which one was the best Cruise. You can check out that video right in the top right corner. But for Heyday Smokey, let's crack him open. I do not have this guy in my collection, so he is brand new for me. And he's looking good. Hot Rod Smokey starting looking like a hot rod. Love those flames on the side. They're not super duper fuzzy. The only real Smokey that I have is a older Smokey model from Cars 3. This is a China variant, I believe, yeah. So, you know, not the most comparable thing in the world. They're very, very different. Not even the same paint job, and the bed sizes are totally different. But, I mean, interesting to look at either way. I might as well. I have a Smokey in the collection. I might as well use it, right? There we go. Best dang garage in town. That's a pretty nice comparison of the decal quality and how it's definitely gone down a little bit. BST GRG, BST GRG. It's really hard for the camera to focus on that. Yeah, that's like the best comparison I can give for how decals have just in quality. But Hot Rod Smokey, he ain't too bad. That's a really nice one. I'd say he's worth your money if you don't have them already. Another thing with all these, like, they're worth it. They're cool releases if you don't have them. But for collectors that already have them, all the 2025 stuff just isn't 2026 stuff isn't super exciting. And that's something like my main criticism towards the line right now is it's just kind of stale. But let's wrap up the video and take a look at everything all together now. And those were, in my opinion, the highlights of 2026 Case B for singles. Case A didn't get a video because every car in that one kind of got their own video. But I'm really happy to take a look at Case B here all together in one big haul video. I like the releases here so far. I just wish there was some new ones to look forward to and there wasn't just re-releases and rehashes of the same old crap that we've had for the past 5 or 6 years. I just wish they were doing more with this line. But I mean, Case B ain't too bad, and there's definitely some really cool ones in here. I think Hotrod, Smokey, Brad Windmiller, Francesco, Daniel are going to be ones that you guys definitely are going to want to look for from this case. But with that, I will see you guys in the next one for more cars content. Let me know which one of these cars was your favorite to see in this video. Like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one for more cars content. Take care.